dead, where evil lurks in every shadow and monsters roam the streets, mankind's only survival rests in the hands of two Welsh warriors. Armed with boomsticks, chainsaws, bad language, these beacons of hope will stop at nothing to obliterate deadites, vampires, psychotic nurses. So, hold tight, strap in, and let the professionals take charge. Otherwise, you're in for a rough, blood-soaked night.
Hey, how's it go? Whoop, wrong way. Hey, that's better.
What's happening?
How's it going?
Aye, not bad. You okay?
Yes, not too bad. I was literally just finished work, and yeah, just one of those days.
You need a new job. You do a crap job, terrible job.
Well, I guess.
It's not so fun working for yourself, is it? I finish 4:30 every day.
I know. What it is, it has its perks. Like, I get a few hours off in the afternoon sometimes so I can get shit done, but some days not so much. In fact, 7 o'clock is an early finish for me.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, Jenks. You need to get a life, pal.
I need to get a life watching this fucking shit.
I'll tell you all right. I would rather any life than a life where I have to watch this movie.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm going to start on something nice before we move on, because I want to catch up. I said to you the other day, I managed to watch this bad boy.
I don't want to talk about it. I really don't. I am losing my head.
Yeah, it sucks.
I'm the only person in the world that hasn't seen this movie. Every time, or any chance I could have had to see this movie went.
I know, and this was primed for our channel to talk about, because
I know.
I have to say, those brothers, the Philippou, was it?
Danny and Michael Philippou, yeah.
Philippou, they've really got their craft down, man. Honestly, this film was excellent. I know there's a lot of, I wouldn't say hate. I think people are just like disturbed by it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think it's a bit too disturbing, isn't it? No one said anything bad about it in terms of like storytelling and filmmaking. I think everyone's complaint is that it's just a little bit too grim. I can't comment on it too much. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, but I watched one of those unseen screen things, Scream showing on Odeon, and yeah, it was most likely going to be this. I really enjoyed it. I was chuffed when it came up. It wasn't a massive shock that it was bring her back, but I was kind of like thinking, cop that, Curtis.
I've got my date, and it's the 27th of July. It's shown in my local cinema.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be for everybody. It's quite a slow burn. I don't mean slow in the sense nothing happens and it's boring. Just slow to get to the point and slow to get to any action. That didn't bother me, but I can see it might be off-putting to some people, you know?
Yeah. I can't wait. Like, my interest in this movie is just peaked. Yeah. And it's been out for so long for so many people. Like, this movie has been out and done for over a month. Everyone has seen it. It was my most anticipated movie of the year.
It'll be free on Tubi now.
I'm pulling my hair out, Jenks. I'm pulling my hair out.
I think it's free on YouTube. I think your father got it on his shelf. But yeah, I was chuffed, and I think you were chuffed as well. I liked it. I think you might have. There was a chance somewhere. I thought, oh, it's a bit boring.
Hey, listen. Do you know, since Presence, I don't give a shit about your opinion. Whether you like a film or not, I don't care.
Well, since your opinion of Presence, I thought, you know, maybe you won't like this because it's too sophisticated. You know, I was saying to my mate in work, right, that you told me that I may not enjoy it, and in my head, I was like, what could you possibly think is in this movie that I won't enjoy? And I literally said to him, right, I said, do you know what? It's probably got something to do with Presence because this movie's a bit sophisticated. Presence.
And you think I won't like it because of that.
Presence and the Babadook. No, I was thinking of Long Legs as well, because I think Long Legs didn't have many flaws, but you just didn't sit with you. And I think Birdemic is more your thing, you know. Seems.
Let me tell you one thing, Jenks. After watching this movie, you can never pick on me for the movies that I like, and I'm serious. You cannot, right? Because there's there's bad movies, right, that are made well, and then there's this piece of shit.
Yes.
There's no comparison. Like Street Trash, as much as you hate it, that is a movie. It's well made. It's got sound design. It's got good editing. It's got good acting. It's got everything you need for a passable movie. Now, you may not like what it does, but the people who made that film are skilled and they know how to make a movie. They know how to edit a film. This was made by a 10-year-old.
Hey, save your anger now. We haven't got to it yet. Save your talking points.
Do you know what, right?
Well,
I'll start it off, right? So,
you want to say everybody first?
Right, okay. I'll say hello to everybody, right, before I start getting a read.
Yeah. Let's get a bit of structure.
Okay, so we've got Jordan Moran. Hey,
Jordan.
Thanks for jumping on.
Awesome.
We've got Twisted Locker in the house.
What? Oh.
Yes.
Who the fuck is that piece of shit?
Who's running late? I'm not running late. We've got Jill John. So Jill has said hello to Eli, but not us.
Oh, thanks.
Cheers for that, Jill. Is Jenks barely finishing the movie right now?
Do you know what? I did only watch it today. I was tempted to put it on like 30 times speed. Yeah. Right. But
I bet you did.
I didn't. I watched it in chunks. I couldn't sit through it. I was on my phone watching it. I did half an hour here, 10 minutes there. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah. We've got Palf.
Palf. I was a gold.
Jordan, I couldn't bring myself to watch it.
What?
I'll get into it, Jordan, but don't do it to yourself, pal.
Jordan, this is homework for you as well, not just us. Come on now, you're part of this channel. It's only fair.
We've got Vivian, our last.
Yeah, she's off the hook now, isn't it?
She's off the hook.
Who picked Birdemic now? I've forgotten.
Wendy Palfrey.
Wendy.
Yes.
Is that? I thought it was Jordan.
No, this is Wendy's film.
Right. Okay.
This is Wendy's film. Hiya, Vivian. I hope you're doing good, and I hope you're feeling a lot better as well.
Yeah. We're friends again now because it's a new film now.
My cat Max says he thought Bring Her Back was fucking amazing.
Bring her back.
I'm guessing there's no cat action then.
Do you know, right? Just to say one thing about Bring Her Back. I don't know what it is with those twins, but they don't like kids. They like torturing kids. And like what happens to that in the first one. It relentlessly happens again.
Every director's got their vice. Tarantino's got feet, and these have got killing kids. Everybody's got their vice.
Torturing kids. It's even worse.
Yeah. We've got Toronto Freddy. How you doing, buddy? I haven't heard from you in a while.
Yes, back on the show. Awesome.
So bad, it's good. Is that a rhetorical question? It might be, pal. It might be.
Well, to be honest, I was just looking for something for our title. It didn't have put much meaning into it. It was a generic title. It was just bad.
We've got Sam Jones.
Hi, Sam.
And somehow he's topped his hard target photo with Jason Segel. You gotta be shitting me, pal.
Van Damme all the way.
Yeah, come on, pal. You can't replace Van Damme with Jason Segel. Seagal.
Is it because it's Birdemic? Some clever thing.
Toronto Fred says, "Hey, yeah, boys, I'm going to see my most anticipated film of the year tomorrow." What is it? What is your most anticipated?
I'm anticipated to find out.
Look at
Superman is Superman. No, that's not Friday.
Did someone say Street Trash? I did. We've got to mention it. We've got to mention it.
My ears are burning.
You missed my flipping hello, Curty Bait. Sorry about that. I'm sorry. John says, I've brought shame on myself by not watching it. I chose St. John's Wort, the pish Japanese one. See, that we're going to end up watching that because that's on the list.
Yeah.
And at least you've got that for the next one anyway. We've got Gory Tiger. What's happening, pal?
What's up?
Hope you're doing good. We've got Batshit. Hey up, guys. How you doing, pal? Thanks for jumping on. Awesome turn up for a Wednesday, guys. Thank you.
Amazing.
Everyone who's jumped in.
Not a Wednesday, a shit theme. Fucking Birdemic.
Shit theme Wednesday. It is Superman.
So early showing because it's Friday. Length is
well, they're out in America, aren't they? So maybe it's a little bit different.
I don't know. Right, should we kick it off? Look, I'll just start straight away. This is my quick review. What the fucking pile of shit!
Oh my God.
Look, I'm just gonna start, right? It was 45 minutes, or maybe more, actually, almost an hour before anything happens.
Yeah.
It's just the worst. There's just the guy's the worst in it, buddy. I think. What's his name? Rod. Natalie is shit, but she's not even a patch on him. But it's just talking and bad acting for maybe an hour before anything happens, I think.
So I watched the majority of this movie on my commute home from work, right? So I'm sitting in the car, usually miserable because we're stuck in traffic. But I was more miserable watching this film. Usually, if you've got a vice to take your mind off, it makes traffic more bearable. And you can the faces I was pulling watching this movie, because you're right, like it's a good 45 minutes before they even mention the word bird, before they even there's no setup at all, right? It is 45 minutes of this unbearably bad actor, Rod.
Yeah, he's terrible.
Just going about his day-to-day life, like he works in sales.
He's a salesman. Hey, I just sold something $1 million. Just bang on $1 million.
Yeah. and you know, it's the way he goes, how much was the sale? $1 million.
Yeah. And
it's
then,
ridiculous.
Like, we've sold our company for $1 billion, not like 1.5 billion or something.
Yeah.
Bang on neat.
The way I seen it, right, was like, if I was a kid writing a script for a movie and that's the scene I was writing, it'd be like, oh, what's a lot of money to earn? Oh, $1 million.
Yeah.
Dead on $1 million.
Yeah, like I wrote a script when I was young, and I had a character who lived in New York, and he went to where do you go? Cleveland, and I just drove there in 5 minutes. I like 10 minutes. I didn't even check how far it was. Could be a flight.
Do you know, there's so many moments in this film, right, that were genuinely a struggle to get through. Like I really, really struggled to finish this movie. Like I was frustrated watching it. Like I didn't want to waste. I've never given a movie half star on Letterboxd. This is the first movie I've given half star to.
You can't give it no stars.
No, because it just wouldn't show up then. Like you can log it to say you've watched it, but if you don't give it no stars, it won't show up as like a logged movie, right? So I rated it half a star. But with Feeders, I did feel like it was a little bit. They knew it was quite funny and they knew it was quirky. Yeah. This one, I feel like he tried to make a good film.
Like
it takes itself way too seriously.
What I was really jarring, putting aside the bad acting, right? I mean, really bad acting. Like it takes talent to find this many bad actors. I don't think I could if I tried. Like I say, like Steve, find 20 bad actors. I'd be like, well, I could find maybe 5, but surely some of them might be like, oh, I can wing it a bit. Like neither of you, me and you, can act, but I know I can act better than those fucking idiots. I know
100%, 100%. If me and you now just decided to become actors, we could do 10 times better.
Yeah, and we're shit. We can't act.
Do you know one of the worst actors in there was her mother? So when she brings Rod home to meet her, and again, it's like a child's writing, because he goes, "How are you enjoying retirement?" She goes, "Very good. I like watching TV. I like this. I like that, and I like this." And I was like, "Who fucking wrote this?" And there's no sound design. Like it is so jarring every time every time it cuts between shots. It is so jarring, right? Because it is the complete different sound every single time it cuts shot.
There's a bit with the mother, right? That I stood out. Have you ever watched Police Squad?
Years ago. I'm seeing it.
So when they do a freeze frame, they go like that, but the rest of the world be walking normal, and they'd be like, hell of a good, and they stop, like those old 70 shows.
Yeah.
There's a bit where the mother, I'm sure it's the bit we were just talking about, where she said something, she goes, yes. And it was that for a while, as if like she was assuming he's going to cut. But but
he couldn't cut it back a bit, like.
Yeah.
And you know, I noticed that as well, right? You know, when he's sitting having food on his countertop in the kitchen, and there's a newscast on, and it's the same woman every time you see the newscast. And even when she finishes talking, she stops. Bear in mind, right? This is live TV. She's a newscaster. She's got nothing to do with what's supposed to be happening there, right? And she goes, and in today's news, the polar ice caps are melting.
Yeah. I know.
And it's like, they've given her lines, right? And then he hasn't cut it right. So she finishes what she's supposed to be saying, and then she just stops dead.
So,
like that.
Right. I got to backtrack a little bit now, because we haven't got to the birds yet, right? Right.
Yeah,
I need to. Did you notice how many long shots of people driving cars? The opening credits, right? I saw a mistake straight away, right? So it said cast, whatever, and it said supporting casts with an S. I'm like, no, it's not. It's cast. It's fucking supporting cast. As if like they've had a typo straight away. I'm like, this is not a good start.
Yeah. Who looked over this movie? Surely he's got someone with them. Like,
yeah. So is it meant to be shit? Because you know the history of this.
No,
I'm not sure.
I really don't think it's meant to be shit.
I thought it was made in the 90s. I googled it. It was 2010.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. 2010.
It's mental.
Like, I'm sure he's got a smartphone in it. Do
you know the scene? The scene where they go on their date and they're dancing.
Yeah.
And there's a guy on stage rapping.
Yeah.
But they keep cutting to this guy rapping, and sometimes he's in shot for like 3 minutes at a time. It's just him rapping.
Yeah.
Like that. And this is before any birds have been mentioned, right? And we just spent 10 minutes watching them dance, and 7 minutes of it, the camera was just on him.
Yeah.
How is this important to the story?
Do you remember when they go to the restaurant? I think it's like a Thai restaurant or something. I can't remember what she said now. And it films the wall for ages. It's like artistic Asian stuff on the wall. And it pans. And it's as if like he's arty-farty, the director. I'm like, no, this is showing like authenticity. It's like, we shouldn't even be in the restaurant, let alone film the fucking wall.
Yeah, so we've got about 45 to 50 minutes before anything happens, right? Nothing is mentioned. There's no build-up. There's no like, this is coming, this is what's going to happen. There's no panic in the streets.
Apart from the environment, they say.
Yeah, what I was going to say. Yeah. So apart from him watching the news, and they mention the environment and the polar ice caps and a change in the atmosphere and stuff like that. There's no mention of it, right? And then he's in a motel. And then the birds just turn up. And bear in mind, nothing bad's happened. They're in a motel, and he opens the window, right? And there's about 4 birds outside his window. So they start panicking. They barricade the window. Oh, my God. They barricade the window. And bear in mind, there's been no signs of this, right?
Yeah.
There's no build-up. But he's just seen 4 birds outside his window, so he decides to barricade himself in the room. And then it cuts to them, apparently hours later. He's got stubble. And then those guys that they meet, right, that come to their door.
Yeah.
So when they're leaving the motel room, they're using coat hangers to fight the birds. Yeah. But then he gets in his car, and they've got machine guns and handguns.
And they're clearly toys because they look really light in there. There's no weight at all. They go, they're like a toy. The birds, like in this shot here, you know more about filmmaking than me. They're not there, they're not even toys.
They're absolutely not there.
Why couldn't they just use toys like on strings?
That is something they've done in the aftercut. Like that was in the editing room.
That's mental.
Do you know what made me laugh with the birds? You know when they're shooting the birds, and there's like a flock of them making loud noises. But every time he shoots one, it cuts to one singular one. It singles one out. And it's complete silence. There's no sound or nothing, right? None of the sound that's happening down there, like machine guns going off. And it's just silence, and then one shot, boom. And it does it about 6 times.
Do you remember the bit? Sorry.
When we see the birds, there's like 10, and then it always cuts to one singular one, and then it's just complete silence. It's ridiculous.
Do you see the bit like with the kid, like, my mommy's been killed, and then the next minute, and she's perfectly fine. She don't care.
Oh, she's buying sweets in the shop.
Yeah. It's so ridiculous. This is like Tommy Wiseau film at least it had a sound was normal. If I'm not mistaken, I don't remember the sound being off. I think production wise, it just looked like a shit film. Script wise, this was just.
Well, this is the thing: is that Tommy Wiseau put bank into that money, and he hired
Yes.
real people. Like,
yeah, that's the difference.
So-
This is bad. This is the worst, much worse than the Room.
yeah, well, The Room could pass as a great movie. It's just him and the people he chose to be in it. Do you know what I mean? Like, the amount of money put into this film, the cast and crew he hired for the movie.
Yeah.
It could have been a professional film, and it could have done well.
Yeah, even like, you know, it's not just like how bad the birds are, but even stuff like, so going back when they meet and she goes, I'm a fashion model, right? Oh, and I can't have a date. And then she phones a friend, let's have a double date. Oh, I know, it's my friend. It's what are the odds? Small world. And they just happen to be friends. And it's like, this is absolute fucking nonsense.
It's his best friend's girlfriend in there.
He's the worst in it, I think, Rod.
Oh, he's terrible.
I felt like, is he trying to be shit? Because he can't be that.
Oh, I know. But he doesn't show any emotion. Do you know the bit where they're about to have sex? And she gets down into her bra knickers and she's like, what do you think? And he's like, nice. Nothing. There's nothing there at all.
Yeah. Oh, him and his mate are playing basketball or tennis, can't remember now. And it's like, oh, you're gonna shag your bird. Is that all you think about is sex? And it's like,
yeah,
you're a fucking sleazy salesman, as if you're not shagging on the road, you dickhead. There's no character development at all.
There's nothing worse than the exposition dump as to why that guy's got guns in his car, and because he mentions that he was in the Marines.
Oh yeah, it's just fucking ridiculous.
Why'd you leave the army? Too much killing in Iraq. Why don't we give peace a chance?
Oh, honestly, and then it's like at the end of the world, the birds are taking over the world, like they're killing people, and he's moaning about the price of gas.
Yeah, Jenks, it was £100 a gallon, man.
No, it's like, you're lucky to get any gas, you knob. Walking Dead like that. Hey, it's fucking expensive gas. There's fucking zombies. Doesn't matter. You're lucky there's any left.
Do you know the guy that tries to steal a petrol from him in there?
Oh yeah,
the fat guy. Oh my god, he could be the worst actor in there. Do you know when he's walking backwards with a gas can and the gun?
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
It's just amazing. Like I said, it's just amazing how they can find this many bad actors. Like, because it wasn't one. Like, it wasn't just like, I don't know. Natalie was shit, but I suppose she was the least shit.
Oh, you just fancied her.
Well, no, I think what it is, I think because most of her scenes are with Rod, it's just she is elevated just because she's next to him, I suppose. Yeah.
Definitely. I really struggled with this one. Now, I'm telling you, you can never, ever again make fun of the movies that I like. Because when you say, right, that I like shit movies, no, this is a shit movie. The movies I like are well-made horror movies, and they're meant to be schlocky, right? Yeah. They were made that way, and they were made by talented people who went out of their way to make it look this way, yeah? Like, you've got all the 80s movies that I love, the cheesy ones.
Yeah.
Some of the most talented people in the world worked on those movies, and they turned out to be great films, cult movies, but they're just not appreciated by high art fans. Do you know what I mean?
So when I watched this, I had to Google it. I thought, it's got to be a wind up. Can't be this bad. And I got on Wikipedia. It doesn't mention like, oh, they did it as a laugh. It was just a shit film. But there's a picture of Natalie and Rod. I don't know what their real names are, and they're on like a stage, like a Comic-Con stage, you know, like. And I'm like, oh my god, like, please say that you're leaning into the shit. Please don't say you're there to promote it, because I could not. You couldn't do it if you're an actor.
Well, there's 3 of them, and I think he's in all 3. Rod.
Is he getting better as they go, or getting worse? Is his acting improving?
Oh, I have no idea. I've obviously not watched them.
we got to watch them.
No chance.
I wonder if they get better. Like, he realizes he shouldn't be filming like Chinese takeaway walls. I think he probably maybe learned like, yeah, this is stupid.
Do you know what? I genuinely, my college short films were better produced, better made.
Well, certainly your sound was better. You understood the concept of having 2 shots. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, good. Hey, it's so bad. Like, I'm guessing that I'm guessing they didn't. What would happen then? They would have a boom mic sometimes and then not. How would that work?
So if you are using on-set sound,
Yeah,
you have to use a boom. Like that guy just filmed it on a camera, yeah.
yeah,
So whatever built-in mic he's got, that's what he used to film it. So it's gonna pick up everything. Now a boom, obviously, it focuses on one thing, whatever you're pointing at. But then on the other hand, what a lot of people do, and what I've had to do as well, is you delete the sound completely and build it up from the bottom.
yeah.
So if you're in like a loud cafe, like they were multiple times, and you can hear the chefs in the kitchen talking, and he's just sitting and eating food, is you've got to build that sound up from the ground. Like you record a restaurant, and then you've got that sound so low, and then you have to do the voiceover. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're gonna film in busy places, you need to at least do that. Like,
and obviously when they're talking, they're shot 2 different times, isn't it? So at least have bad sound all the way through the shot rather than like half and half, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's that jump between the sounds as well. I had to film in a restaurant once, a cafe. And I didn't understand sound and all. I was like one of the first short films I'd ever made. And then I can remember going back and listening to it, and I could not hear a word.
Yeah, I remember that film.
That the actors were saying.
Still better
and then
than
much better. And I could even hear, right, there was like someone stirring tea, like by the kitchen. I could hear like the spoon clanging on the on the
yeah,
cup,
but that was for artistic merit, though, wasn't it? No, listen to the spoon, yeah.
But
this is
I
so
did
bad.
that. I went back and I recorded the restaurant, the cafe, and then I had to get them to do a voiceover, and it turned out so shit because they're reading a script, and I'm trying to match it up to their voice. It's so hard.
It's but it's a learning curve. I'd hate to see what their earlier films were. Whoever did like, did they make student films? And if they did, what the fuck did they learn? If this is their main film.
Yeah, and you know what I've always said, right, is that work with your budget. Yeah, this film was way too ambitious. If he really did want to make this a good movie, and this was him trying to make a great film, I really hope it wasn't. Like, work within your budget. Look what Oren Peli did with Paranormal Activity. Yeah. That film is completely independent and unfunded by any company. He got the money himself. He used his own house. He hired everyone himself, and he filmed it himself. It was only afterwards, when the studio came in, is that they went back and filmed more stuff then. They were happy with it, but they added more stuff in with money, right? Work to your budget. He wanted to make a movie, and he thought, I've got a low budget, it's going to be set in one house. And that's how you make great movies, yeah? Because because the restrictions that you have force you to be more creative. You're gonna tell me that this is your first film, you've got a budget of £200, and you're gonna make a Birdemic movie where the world gets overrun by birds.
So how much was the budget in this? Do you know?
Oh my God. I guarantee you, right, my shoes cost more than this movie.
I'm gonna read some chat while you're doing that.
Yeah.
Where are we? Give me a second.
Oh my God. 10 grand.
It's not worth 10 grand. What did they spend it on? Although I have to say, they had such a big cast. They probably spent it on giving everybody like 20 quid. Because they had a news person, they had a restaurant, a singer, they had a mother. There's way too many people in the cast. It was
way too ambitious.
Yeah. So Vivian says, poor Rod walks like he's got his diapers full. Fucking hell, that guy, like, I think they just cast him because he's good looking and she's good looking. And that was pretty much it.
Rod walks like Tommy Pickles from Rugrats.
Toronto Fred, he says the CGI is groundbreaking, as you can see from this shot. Yeah, it's pretty special. Eli Cortez says it looks like it was shot on an 80s camcorder. Well, that's what I thought. I googled it because I thought, has he got a smartphone? And it was like 2010. Like, to put things in perspective, Iron Man came out 2008. 2 years after this.
Oh, Jenks.
Before this.
Millions of great movies come out a long time before this.
Yeah, no, just in that neck of the woods, though, like that came out. Like, but that was the last time like a really groundbreaking film. Vivian says, "Good guns, though, lots of ammo." I wonder how many of you guys in chat have actually seen this, or like, is it?
I think a fair few have. A lot of people mentioned that they'd seen it when it was mentioned last time.
Yeah,
I'm sure Eli's seen it.
Eli Cutter says, doesn't he say that he drives an electric car, but there's a scene of him pumping gas? I think he said he had a hybrid.
Hybrid, yeah.
Yeah. Toronto Freddy says,
that reminded me now when his friend says to him, he goes, what are you going to do with all that money? You need to buy a Ferrari to impress your girlfriend. He goes, my girlfriend's my Ferrari.
Yeah. Toronto says, I've never seen this film, but I have watched plenty of riff views on it and its sequel. Yeah, there's 3 sequels, isn't it? I think
2 sequels.
2 sequels, I mean.
Yeah.
Taylor Adams says, no way everyone is a bad actor. Good actors are rare or pros. I don't think so. I think this is the top end of worst actors. It has to be. Do you read a few comments, good?
Yeah, John says you can act. That intro is gravitas. Oh, that pause. Do you know that took me 20 takes? You don't know how much work went into that. When it says when 2 Welsh warriors and me and Jenks do that took 20 takes.
And listen,
Jenks sent that to me 20 times. I said, not good enough, Jenks.
And you know, most people thought we were together in that room. That's how good that CGI is, where we're standing next to each other. We're not in the same room. The flames. Yeah, they were real flames.
I filmed that from a real fire.
Yeah.
Exported it. Look at this. We've got Gina. I don't think we've said hello to Gina, yet, but hi, Gina. Thanks for jumping on. Toronto Freddy says, can I call you Toronto Freddy, pal? Is that okay? Because that's what I know you as. If not, I can call you Keller Cole, please. That's fine. Police Squad is awesome. Yeah. So I can't say much for the sequels though.
No. Police Squad is the series. Naked Gun is the spin-off of the series.
Oh, yeah, no. I was thinking of Police Academy then.
Oh, no, Police Squad. Because I said a freeze frame. They always end on a freeze frame, but it wasn't a real one.
Yeah. No, I have seen the series as well. Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah, it's amazing.
What have we got? Look at this. Cast. It is both plural and singular, exactly.
Yes, exactly. Cast. Supporting casts.
Eli, all the birds sound the same. There's no one vocal cord between them.
Yeah.
Jesus. Toronto says, being in the industry for a while, I can't say I've ever heard of any crew or otherwise use the term casts. No one's ever used it.
I know. I would thought I was being pedantic, but I was like, that's wrong. That's totally wrong. You made a mistake straight away.
Look at this. I have the special edition trilogy box set of this movie.
I thought, look, if there's anybody else, I'd say you're taking the piss, but you really have, haven't you? You definitely have.
I have no doubt. Aston, how you doing, pal?
Hi, Aston.
Thanks for jumping on, mate. I think there's a few people here who have been in here a while, but we've been talking shit.
Yeah.
Gina says, I got seagulls outside my flat. I'm about 50 miles away from the sea. They're lethal with people. Sat on the street eating their food. I might make a video one day if I can be bothered. The good thing is that if you are afraid of birds and you've got a phobia, this movie is not going to add to that. So if you are afraid of birds, don't be afraid to watch this. That's what I say.
How the fuck can an Alfred Hitchcock make a film so brilliant? Is in the 60s, was it? With the birds, and it's terrifying. He nailed it, and somebody couldn't do in 2010 with all the tech we got.
Yeah,
it's mental.
Terrible. It's not actually his our flick. We were just comparing it to the terribleness of The Room, I think. Vivian says, I lived in LA near the beach and the seagulls were very mean.
Oh, they're mean you as well. If you're sitting outside with chips, it's a nightmare. Like,
God, Los Angeles, that's a long way away from little old Wales.
Yeah.
Jesus. What have we got here? Seagulls here are just irritating. Yeah, they're bastards.
Yeah, they're scary, I think.
Everywhere. Oh, we've got the culprit who made us watch this. Are you, Wendy?
And now she's coming in, scared, knowing how mad we were.
If you missed the start of the podcast, Wendy, we have spoke about how much we hated this movie
and hated you as well.
Which was the point of it, for you to pick the worst movies ever. But I think this one was taking the biscuit.
Yeah, you'd be hard pushed to find a worse one. Eli, you've obviously seen all of them. Compare these to the sequels. Do they get worse? Do they get better? Do they lean into how shit they are and they kind of embrace how shit they are? I'd love to know.
Sam says, who in the fake Gyllenhaal is that guy with a beard? Let me tell you one thing, right? Jake Gyllenhaal has got more talent in his foreskin than this guy's got.
He looks more like Zach Galifianakis there in that shot, doesn't he?
Yeah. Look at this. Call me whatever the fuck you want. It's just a rebrand because I got tired of being tied to one character. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you, pal. Eli, the scene at the beach drags on for so long. Oh my God. That's the finale, yeah, where the birds just go away. That's the ending. So let's talk about the ending, Jenks. Let's get
so they're on the beach. He's fishing on the beach. He's already hungry for food because it's an apocalypse. It doesn't feel like an apocalypse, is it?
No.
He's fishing. How do you get the rod now?
Oh, I can't remember. I watched it literally 2 hours ago. I can't remember.
Yeah, and they're on the beach. They get attacked on the beach, and then they just look at the coast and they just fly off, and it's the end. And there's no resolution, is it?
There's no explanation. I'd like to know how they set up the second one.
No, don't tempt people now. We're gonna have to watch it otherwise, Kurt. Let's just move away from this film.
Does anyone have any late entries they want to add to the spinning wheel?
Find out if Eli got back to me. I want to find out if the 2 and 3 are as bad as this, if it leans into the comedy, because I didn't even find it funny. I just was like annoyed with it.
Oh, 100%.
Like Feed does. We had a blast talking about that last week. It was so funny because there was so much to talk about. And I loved, I gotta say, I really enjoyed this. My favorite live show. And it wasn't a slog. This was 50 minutes, over halfway before we had any action.
Yeah, but I didn't even care when the action came. It wasn't even like I was looking forward to that. So like when it actually did come, what's the point? Like, but the first thing I thought of when I finished this movie is I enjoyed Feeders a lot more than I thought, because there's levels here, right, of shitness.
Yeah.
And Feeders is heaps and bones above this in terms of like how good it is.
Yeah.
It's an achievement.
Yeah.
They're all shit. The second one has more bird action than the first.
Bird action. So Eli, I'd love to know like where you rate each one. Are they all just as shit as this, or is the effects improved by the third one? Is it the pacing improved?
You know what, Jenks? You're very intrigued. I think you just better watch them.
I am intrigued because this level of shit, you can't get worse. So surely it has to get better. He must have had to lean into how because it became iconic. It must have come iconic in the last 15 years.
You know what they say, Jenks? Sequels are never as good as the originals.
Look at this. Jonathan Frey said, more talent in his foreskin. Gina says, don't forget to send that like button some love, please. Yes. Awesome.
Thank you, Gina.
And if you want to sign up to our members program, to become a twisted, I was going to say a twisted locker, a twisted night, it's 99 cents, 99 pence. We got loads of shit on there, loads of videos. We did our first live for our members last week, I think it was, for Demons. We're going to do more of those. It was good fun.
Yeah, it was good. I'm going to start, you guys may not be interested, but I'm going to start doing physical media videos. So there's a lot of films where I've got a lot of editions of them. So I'm just gonna show them off. I'm gonna talk about them, which edition's my favorite, what I like about them, maybe do a little review on the singular discs themselves. Talk about which one's best. I mean, I've got Phenomena like 8 times across Blu-ray and 4K.
Is that the most you got of any film?
No,
the thing. How many you got?
Well, between like DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K, maybe like 11.
Yeah, definitely do that. No interest to me, but I know a lot of people
No.
love stuff like that. Yeah, definitely.
I wouldn't do shit for you anyway, boy.
Well, I could do it. I've just got no physical, so it'll just be just me saying, "Yeah, I got none."
No, it'll be something that I do on my own, but it'll be for members. Like I've not have much interest in chucking them out like normal.
Yeah.
I don't think our channel is that reviewing physical media.
I just want to say this. Eli says, "No, it's all the same shit acting and filming. You love them, Jenks. Wow, how can you not improve? Like, surely, like you'd learn something. Like maybe the sound would get better, or maybe just pacing. But that's a skill to not improve."
This is the thing in it. Like maybe, and the same thing happened with The Room in it. Like once he realized that people found it hilarious, he went into that then. Didn't he? Like, he was like, "Oh, okay, it's meant to be funny, and that's the way that's the way it's meant to be."
Yeah.
Maybe, and this one, I think it's become a bit of a cult classic. Like,
oh yeah, even the cover shit.
I was surprised, right, when I went on Letterboxd to log it, review it. There's so many reviews on there. Like a lot of people have seen this movie.
Yeah.
And if the actors are on stage, like 5 years later, like presenting this movie, that's ridiculous. Well, this movie's got no redeeming factors or good quality.
Yeah, so I don't know how old that image of them on a stage was, because this film is like 15 years old now. I just was thinking, if it was me, I'm hoping they're leaning into how silly it is, or were they just on a promo tour and they've had to talk it up, which would be excruciating. Do you imagine how bad that would be? Bad enough if like the new Indiana Jones is shit and Harrison Ford is gonna plug it, but at least it's a proper film in it. Oh my God.
No, this one really does feel like they took themselves way too seriously.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it's meant to make people laugh. I feel like he set out to make a great movie.
Especially having so many elements to it, like like I said, with the news reporter, the mother. He really thought like, no, this is all important. We're building the character development. We're going to show every element, so you're going to care about these characters because we've met the mother. We know where he works. And it's like, this is really bad, like, honestly.
It is. It's awful. It is ridiculous. I'll read a few more comments, Jenks. 2 seconds. There was a couple above this one. Tyler says, sculpting a gnarly baddie for an upcoming short. Nice. Oh, cool. You'll have to show me, pal. He sent me a video he done a few weeks back. Oh, so much talent. Really? Fair play to Tyler. Brilliant. Amazing. Awesome. I showed you, Jenks.
Oh,
it's the one with the guy in bed.
Oh, I loved it. Fantastic. Yeah, I was curious. Yeah, amazing. Really good.
Very talented.
Up there with Birdemic. He's close. Yeah.
Come on now. There's banter, and that's nasty.
Yeah, that's a bit mean. That was a bit mean.
I made sweet love to that thumbs up. Look at that. If anything, Eli, I'll do it for you, pal. I'll get it done for you. I know you love your physical media. Toronto says, have you boys ever seen a movie called Odd Thomas? I have. That's got Anton Yelchin in it. It's Clive Barker book, I believe.
No. It's I've forgotten his name. Dean Koontz.
Oh, Dean Koontzman, of course. Yeah, I knew he was one of the big boys.
Yeah, it's a big series of books. Obviously, it didn't make bank, so they stopped it there. And then I enjoyed it. It was a bit underrated. It wasn't perfect, but it was an easy watch. I can see why it didn't make bank. It didn't kind of have the legs, but I liked it. I liked the twist. Yeah. And I think William Dafoe was in it, wasn't he?
Yes, Anton Yelchin. Green Room, one of his last movies. One of my favorite films of all time. I go back to that one so much.
He's a proper horror guy, you know. He made a good bunch of horror films.
Talking about Green Room, have you heard? I don't know if you're that into Jeremy Saulnier, Jenks, if you've been keeping up with him. He done Blue Ruin, Green Room.
I like them both. I don't know what else.
And he did The Night Comes. None of that comes for us. Hold the Dark. And the newest one he did with Don Johnson, the police station, the guy on his bike gets hit by the cops, they steal his money. It was on Netflix, man. What's it called?
Oh, yes. Oh, what was it called? My missus saw it. I haven't seen it.
You haven't watched it?
I don't think my wife watched it. I was mad with her. That's it. I was mad Rebel Ridge. I said to her, like, she was watching it. She was halfway through. I said, I said I was going to watch it with you. Oh, I didn't realize. I said I wanted to watch that. And then I never got around to it.
Well, he's one of my favourite working directors, right? Yeah. I watched Blue Ruin when it came out. I fell in love with his style. So much so that I was making short movies in uni at the time, and I changed my style. So I went from horror movies to thrillers because I wanted to make a film like Blue Ruin. And because it was done so independently, I mean, he maxed out like 4 credit cards to make that movie.
Yeah.
And it was successful. And I was so inspired by that. I loved that movie. And then Green Room came out, blew me away. I love that movie.
Yeah, it's good fun.
And he's currently working on a movie, Jenks, called October, set on Halloween, and it's being classed as a horror thriller set on Halloween.
Very, very uninspiring, but I'm sure it'll be awesome because it's him.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. He's got his own style. You'll know he'll be violent. He'll bring his own intensity to it.
Yeah, what I mean is, if somebody pitched that, it sounds very uninspiring because you know who he is. You know he's gonna do something awesome with it.
Yeah, but we don't know what the plot is. It's just saying that it's a horror thriller set on Halloween. It could be anything.
I really liked Blue Ruin. I watched it when it first came out, and I just loved the fact it was just a normal guy having to take revenge on somebody, and he was just having to go through hell, and you felt like I always think like I'd have revenge if somebody did something horrible to me, and then the reality is most people wouldn't have the balls to step up, and it nails it. It's so good.
100%. And what's great about it is that Jeremy Saulnier, his first job is a cinematographer, so that's what he was doing in Hollywood before he was directing movies. Is he was a cinematographer, so when he goes and makes an independent movie, he goes, well, at least I know I can make it look nice. Now I just need to make a good film. Yeah.
That's the problem, I think, with Zack Snyder. He's a very good cinematographer, visual, very good effects, but he's just not quite there with the scripts and things like that. Because I think with James Cameron, he can do both. That's why he's James Cameron.
100%. Yeah.
100%. But anyway, I'm going to read a couple of these. Eli says, Have you seen Night Beast? J.J. Abrams had a hand in making it.
I have. I had that on VHS.
J.J. Abrams was involved in it early days.
That's sure that movie came out in the late 80s, early 90s.
He doesn't seem old enough.
Night Beast, but yeah, my father had that on VHS. 1982.
It can't have been J.J. Abrams, is it? Was still around then.
Maybe.
Gina says, my friend used to have an Evil Dead cockerel that they used to attack people. Sorry, Evil Dead then. Evil cockerel. They used to attack people. He had to have it oft as it started attacking walkers on Penny Way. That would make a good horror film. Yeah, totally. I remember our cousin used to have a cockerel, or no, a cockatool, and he should attack you even if you stroke his head, and then he'd attack you. Most of the time, if you can stroke the top of an animal's head, you're safe. You bite afterwards.
I had a cockatiel.
Did you?
Yeah, Tyson.
Gina says, I used to go for Ziggy. So he used to jump over it and kick it in the head with his back paws. Oh God. Listen, I think we're coming to the end of Birdemic. Let's talk about something else, okay?
Yeah, we haven't spoke about Birdemic in a while.
I know. I thought we could stretch it out, but we can't.
Vivian says, I saw Lake Placid for the first time. I rewatched Lake Placid about 2 months ago. What a film. Do you know, I hadn't watched it maybe for like 15 years, and I was expecting it to be shit because it came out at the time where CGI had just started booming. Yeah. And when you go back on those movies now, it never looks good. And I was surprised how well that movie looks. Yeah, I think Lake Placid's severely underrated.
Yeah, Oliver Platt's in it, isn't he?
Is he the guy who's in the Ghostbusters?
No, isn't he's the guy from Flatliners? He's like Isn't he in it? I'm sure he is. Anyway, I like Lake Placid. I haven't seen the sequels. I think it's part 3, isn't it? At least 3 of them.
I've seen Lake Placid too, and it's a cheap knockoff. They
Yeah,
just
yeah.
use the name, like.
No, I liked it. I do like those films, and I think it's one of those B movies that were kind of like a bit like Piranha. I think it has no business being that good, and I do enjoy it.
Yeah, it's got Bill Pullman.
Bill Pullman, yes, that's right.
Pullman. I love that guy.
Yeah.
Gina says, I haven't seen Lake Placid for absolute years, but like it. I'll go back to it, Gina. I'd highly recommend it.
Yeah.
I went in with fresh eyes because I hadn't seen it in so long. I had a great time. The first time I discovered Anton, he was in a film with RDJ and Kat Dennings. So the first film I seen Anton Yelchin in was probably Hearts in Atlantis. He's very young in that one with Anthony Hopkins. And then the first movie where I really recognised him was Alpha Dog. Very underrated film. I love that movie.
Is that the one Bruce Willis? And that guy who plays, he's in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, plays Roman Polanski. Is that right?
Yeah. That's him. Yeah.
Yeah. I've forgotten his name.
I love that movie. I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah.
Blue Ruin was great. Had a Hitcher atmosphere. Mark and Blair and him co-wrote, and Mark and Blair was the main actor as well. Of course, Mark and Blair and him are partners. But funnily enough, right, so him and Mark and Blair are partners. They're best friends. But he made Mark and Blair audition for Green Room because he's in there. Yeah. Because he didn't quite fit the cast. And he was like, no, I swear, like, I can make it work. I can do this. Yeah. And he's like, well, you can audition for it. Like, bear in mind, they're best mates. So he made him audition for it. He shaved his head. He did all what he needed to do. And he got the part. He does stick out a little bit in that movie. He doesn't quite fit in, but he's a good actor.
How good is
Jenks? He directed Toxic Avenger, the new one.
How good is Imogen Poots in Green Room? She's so good.
She's amazing. Everyone is amazing in that movie.
Because she's so beautiful in real life, and she's so unattractive with a horrible haircut, and she's like a proper like neo-Nazi and a horrible clothes, but she's so good. She's very underrated, I think.
Yeah. Do you know another film Mark and Blair's done? I don't know if anyone's seen this one. Highly recommend it. I Don't Feel a Home in This World Anymore with Elijah Wood. I don't know if you've seen that one.
No.
But when I first watched that, I didn't know that Mark and Blair directed it. And I'm watching it and I go, this feels like a Jeremy Saulnier movie. Like the cinematography was quite similar, the story, the violence.
Yeah.
I either thought that he had started like a Tarantino movement where people were like, I want to make a movie like that. Or he had made it. I obviously knew he didn't make it. And then there's a scene where the main character, I can't remember her name, she's in a bar and Mark and Blair's there. And I was like, what's the fucking chances? And I Googled it, he directed it. But that's a great movie.
Honestly, I really gravitate to like dark thrillers now. I love a good horror, but I didn't love Green Room as much as you, right? But I remember when I saw the trailer for that, I was like, oh my God, this is fucking right up my street. This is basically the same structure as a horror film, a zombie movie. And I did like it. I've seen it many times. I haven't got any beef with it. I just didn't connect as much as I hoped. But that was so exciting for me. Honestly.
That's mad to me, that is. I think it's very close to being a perfect movie. It flows so well. It's made so well. Everyone is great in it. And the violence is few and far in between. But when it hits, oh my God.
Yeah.
There's some nasty bits in that movie. James Gunn is hell of a writer-director. Super is one of my favourites. James Gunn is the only reason I'm going to see Superman in cinema.
Yes, I'm done with superheroes, and I'm a big superhero fan. I grew up with superheroes and horror. That's why I skipped Star Wars. I have no beef with Star Wars, and it's just never connected with me. James Gunn wrote Dawn of the Dead remake. I love fucking Super as well. It's so underrated.
Shut up, crime.
Oh, do you know when he hits that... when he's in the queue, when he hits that guy who jumps the queue, and then
splits his forehead open.
And then somebody else says something, a woman, he just hits her as well.
Yeah,
so good.
I love Renee because like he's fresh on the street and he's like, I need to fight crime. So he sees a guy butt in the crowd and he thinks he deserves a wrench to the forehead, like splits his forehead open.
It's so underrated. Got such a good cast. Kevin Bacon's brilliant in it. I love the bit at the end when it looks like he's gonna turn not kill Kevin Bacon. He just goes, no, and just starts stabbing him, and he's like, yes, that's what you want. You don't want to have to change his mind. Kevin Bacon's a fucking monster.
Eli says, saw Dante's Peak last night. Such an awesome movie. That's the one with Pierce Brosnan in it.
Yeah, and Linda Hamilton.
Linda Hamilton, yeah. I've never seen it.
I've seen it. It's all right. It's all right.
Vivian, Stan Winston did the animatronics. Stan Winston's the best, isn't he?
For what? For Birdemic.
I was going to correct you then. Lake Placid, innit?
He's a legend.
Gina says, I have a great laugh with Snakes on a Plane. Samuel Jackson in it and actually asked to be in it. I love Snakes on a Plane. It's great fun.
I watched it the other day. It's on like famous event. I loved it. It's shit, but it's awesome.
I watched it a few weeks back. Great.
That's how you do it. You lean into it. Like, this is what it is. And people like these movies. Don't moan about it, because this is exactly says on the tin, Snakes on a Plane. That's it.
100%. Yeah. Let's talk about Linda Catalina portraying a sexy Pamela Voorhees. Swing. I know. I don't know what they're going to do to her, but I can't picture her with that short blonde hair that Pamela has.
Linda, back in the day, she's still hot now, but when she played Velma in the Scooby-Doo film, oh my God, she's so hot.
Yeah, she's very attractive. She's a great actress as well. She was in Known As, that new Netflix one with Vince Vaughn. Very lovely film.
About the restaurants.
Yeah, lovely film.
Have you seen Chef John Favreau film?
Yeah, of course I have.
Do you know, I've seen it twice, right? I love it. It's
he turned into a reality show.
What?
Yeah, he turned into a real documentary where he was doing that for real.
Was he?
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but
so it was a documentary about it.
Right. Okay. I love that film. It's one of the nicest films. If you want,
feel good.
If you want a break from it, and it's not even like a stress film of like, oh, it's not going to work out, and it does. It's like, no, it's just nice all the way through, isn't it?
Yeah, that's one of those movies, like many movies that I like that. They release a trailer and I'm like, oh, okay. It's a guy who wants to open up a restaurant on wheels.
Yeah,
right,
it's only because
you watch it, they always end up just being great movies.
And it's one of those. It's luckily because he's on the back of like Iron Man, and in the trailer you had Robert Downey Jr. You're thinking, oh, it's worth a watch. And some films you have to be forced to watch. Like, I was glad back in the day that somebody forced me to watch Schindler's List, because that was one of those films where like, oh, I don't watch Nazis. I was a kid when it came out, and I was so glad somebody not forced me, but like chucked it on, and I was like, all right, I'll watch it. But I would never have put it on off my own bat. Never.
I never fancied it.
It's excellent, mine. It's very horrible, but it's brilliant.
Jill says, got to watch Lake Placid again tonight. Get on it, Jill. It's a great movie. It's actually aged quite well. Tyler, Alpha Dog was good, but that Sharon Stone fat suit. How dare you do that to Sharon? Do you know peak Sharon Stone, right?
Yeah.
Casino. Goldie.
She's
amazing in that film. Oh,
she's the villain in Nobody 2 as well.
Yes, yeah, I did see.
I can't
wait. She's great. But yeah, Casino's the best film she's done. Basic Instinct. Cracking.
Yeah, she never quite like made it as a big actress. She was always big in films, but I think she always said herself, because everyone said Casino's going to be the film that makes me a serious actress, and it never quite happened for her, and that's why she fizzled away.
Yeah. Eli says, I liked Anton in the Fright Night remake. Me too. He's great in it. He's such a good actor. And at the same time, though, I always wanted to cry, because he's got sad eyes. Whenever anything horrible happens to him, it always hurts more, because he's got those sad eyes, and he never seemed to grow. He never seemed to age past the age of 12.
Yeah.
So he had like a 12-year-old's face.
Yeah. Was it the last film he did? Was it Star Trek 3, maybe? Oh no, he wasn't in it. He died, and they said they weren't going to replace him. I remember.
Well, there's a homage to him at the end of Green Room. When that was released, there was a homage to him at the end of it.
Well, he'd already died at that point.
Mm-hmm. Green Room was one of the last movies he done.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Because I know, like, I remember J.J. Abrams said, like, we are not going to change the actor. We're just going to have him not in Star Trek, and Yeah.
Buzzing. Horrible that was.
Horrible death. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Poor bastard.
Gina says, I had great fun with the Meg, but I love Jason Statham. I love the Meg. I think it's a crack.
First one's great. Second one's shit.
I've watched it about 10 times.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, I haven't watched the second one again since cinema, to be
it's
honest.
crap.
Tyler says, Anton was one of my faves. Green Room was dope. Green Room is a banger. R.I.P. Anton, boy.
Yeah.
Gina, haven't seen the remake of Fright Night. Highly recommend it, and you can probably pick that one up on DVD, Gina, cheap. You can add it to your 500 DVDs. It's a cracking film. Unfortunately, the Friday remake is the one Anton film that I did not enjoy. It's fair enough. It's to me no comparison between which one's better, the original and the remake. But at the same time, they're very, like, stylistically very different. So I can kind of separate them.
Yeah.
But I love the remake.
I think in some ways it does improve elements of it, but at the same time it doesn't have the same charm. I like the fact that they updated with what's his name, David Tennant, to be this sort of on stage musician, magician, or I don't know, like a psychic, and it worked really well than having some shitty sort of TV show on like cable TV nobody watches.
I loved it. He's great in it. Look at this, Jenks. We've got Miss Bunny. Well, if it isn't the hunkiest YouTubers.
I'll take that.
Hi, Miss Bunny. Hope you're doing well. Look at this. They want us to go again. Spin that wheel. I want to see what we'll be going through. What we're going to put Jenks through next.
Before I was running late today, and I was going to say to you, I can't do this every week, but I think I can. Let's do it again.
Yeah, let's do it again.
Let's do it again.
A few more times.
Yeah.
Elliot Page got fucked up in Super. Oh my god. Buzzing deaf. 2 seconds. Vivian, is there a list of films on the wheel? Yes, I've still got all the films from the last time we done this, so I'll just keep spinning that one. Freaks and Geeks, she was such a cutie, and
before you spin the wheel, read out what's on the list, so we have an idea.
Yeah, of course. Vivian says, also saw the Reef sequel, liked it more than the original. It was okay. I think I give it 3 stars. It was okay. The sharks looked good though, but a bit too much drama in it. There's too much family drama going on. Do you know what I mean? I just want to see people get mauled by sharks.
Yeah, or birds.
Either or. Gina says, I've got the producer's cut of H6 to watch, but had to buy a new DVD player for it to work, so might watch it later. That's awesome. I hope you enjoy. John, I watched beta test last night, so plan on rewatching Thunder Road and Wolf of Snow Hollow. So I've seen both Thunder Road and Wolf of Snow Hollow. I can't remember the director's name, but he's in both of them, and he's also in Last Stop in Yuma County, isn't he? He's great. He's awesome.
We watched Wolf together, didn't we?
I showed it to you.
You'd already seen it. I did like it. I wasn't fussed on the ending, but it was a good film.
I was going to say, good twist in that one. I enjoyed that film.
I'm sure, I can't remember. I'm sure I found the twist shit. I can't remember now. I remember mourning at the end, but I did enjoy it. I think it was his last film, wasn't it? What's his face?
Robert Foster.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was his last.
No, he was in that shit fucking. It's called El Camino. I think that was his last thing. That brick.
Shit.
No, it was pointless.
Just a bit pointless.
Pointless. You had a fat Todd who's meant to be 12 or something. Yeah. He's like.
They had a homage to him in Star Trek as well. Oh God knows then.
Yeah.
Gina, Basic Instinct is shit. I'd say one of her worst.
Basic
I had
is
to stop
2.
myself turning it off at least 3 times. She's not in the second one.
Yeah, she's set in London. And you got
Sharon Stone though.
Yeah, she's in there. She pushed to get it made. It was made years.
No chance.
And it was set in London. Yeah, you had that guy.
She's the main actress in it.
Yeah. It came and went. The main guy in it is the governor from Walking Dead. I forget his name now. British actor, or it could be Irish. Can't remember now.
I have no idea.
But yeah, it was British. It was like watching the fucking Bill, with Sharon Stone in it. Yeah, awful.
That's mad. I had no idea she was in there. That's where her career went, Jenks. Basic Instinct 2.
Well, it was already gone by then, and she was fighting to get. I think she was trying to get her career back on track because that's the most famous film she ever done. Yeah.
Jesus, US loves you guys. Thank you so much. We
Thank
do
you.
get a lot of love here from the US, and we appreciate it, guys. Oh, look at this. Oh, I'm in trouble. Nothing than the normal fashionably late. Hi guys, I hope you're well. Hello everyone else. Hiya Don. You're just in time to see us torture ourselves and spin this wheel, to be honest.
Spin the wheel again. Perfect timing. You couldn't have been better.
John, to be fair, St. John's Wort wasn't as bad as the films you've watched so far. It can't be. It's got to at least have been well made, Jod. Innit? Show us the lesson we should learn. Right, we're almost done with the comments. Jordan, Jim Cummins is his name. Self-funded all his films, wrote, directed, and edited the lot. He's also the cop attacked by Michael Myers in the flashback of Halloween Kills. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I've got my eye on that guy. He's great. And he's awesome in Last Stop to Yuma County. He's great in that. Not self-funded, crowdfunded, yeah. Yeah, I knew he was good in his own movies.
Right, Curtis, let's spin that wheel. Come on, get it over with.
Okay, let me...
How many films are on the list?
1, 2, 3... Right, let me get rid of Birdemic.
Oh, no, yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4,
again.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Right,
12.
read them out. What are they?
Right, let me share my screen first then. There we are. Can you guys see that?
Yep.
So we've got Things by Eli, Ant Fam Dick Cole by Hoops Rock, Mad Jake by Skilly, Blood Freak by Sam Jones, One Missed Call from Dawn, St. John's Wort by Jordan, House of the Dead 2, Popcorn and Horror, Zombies, Movie Squirm, that's Zombies with a Z, Zombie Lake, Gina, Troll 2, Jamie Hart, Shame the Devil, Michael Wilson, and Manos, Davy Dread. So, let's get going. Count me down, Jenks, go on.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Here we go. Blood Freak, Sam Jones.
We've got Blood Freak from Sam Jones. What the hell is this going to be?
You never heard of it?
Nope. Sam.
Oh my God, it's going to be shit if you've never heard of it.
if you're still there, pal,
you've won.
Congratulations.
You've won nothing but our hatred.
Let me just Google this one to get it up. Blood Freak. Is 1972, is there? There's one here from 1972.
So
right, so at least it's going to have some 70s flair to it then. At least it's going to have some 70s flair. I'll take that over a shit movie that was made in 2010.
Yeah, no excuse, Jen. You can, well...
This looks horrific.
Please say it's only on for like 45 minutes or something. If it's on for 3 hours.
I'd love to know what's on for this. 1 hour 26.
Oh, God.
But this is the thing, right? We've got to try and find a way to watch it.
Sam's here.
There we are.
Is it only one? Is it a few different ones? Do you know which one it is?
It's got to, yeah, this is the only one that's come up.
Okay.
But I've got to at least try and find somewhere to watch it. If we can't find somewhere to watch it, we may have to respin. But
yeah. Kayla says Anton's passing hit me hard. I genuinely don't get emotional with celebrities passing. His was so abrupt and he was way too young. And also he had a horrible death. Fucking poor bastard. Yeah,
that one hit me as well because I feel like a lot of his films I grew up with him around the same age.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And it wasn't drug related. It was just an all horrible accident. Yeah, it was. Right. We are back on Sunday. We haven't decided what we're going to do yet. We'll post something soon. We'll have a chat off air. But hey, thanks for jumping on. Listen, I'm surprised anyone jumped on because this film was a piece of shit. And I didn't really have as much fun talking about this as I did with Feeders. This film was awful. I would give this nothing.
It was too shit. It was too shit. I didn't enjoy it one bit. Now, like Jenks, I get joy out of watching bad movies, but it's got to have charm. I'll always say that. It's got to have charm. This one had none of it. It was just hard to watch.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I will not watch Sharknado. No. Not going to watch it.
No. Same here. Oh, I've seen it.
Same here.
I forgot. I have seen it. It was shit. Yeah, and no, sorry. I've watched giant shark versus something, and he eats a plane. I've seen that. Mega shark versus giant octopus. That's it.
Sam, no idea. Just Googled bad horror films and picked one out. Great. So that's the first one that came up on Google.
Right, guys. Thanks for jumping on. Really appreciate it.
Last one of the night. We jumped on because we love you guys.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Oh, that's really nice. That's really nice. Listen, guys, we'll see you on Sunday. Have a great rest of the week. And we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers guys.